welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Patrice and today we're talking fragrances, okay? Not just any fragrances, we are talking about Delina from the House of Parfums de Marly. No, if you are not a Delina girl, it's okay. I was not. I was the biggest hater. I hate the way that it walked, the way that it talked, and the way that it smelled, okay? Not because of the fragrance. I was just not a floral girly. I was more of a fruity floral, and it had to be more fruity than floral, all right? No, if you've been here a while, you know that my nose, my nostrils, very childish, okay? But since then, it has grown up a little bit. I think it hit puberty now, and I do like Delina now. More so the exclusive, as it is a bit sweeter than the original. So now I am not so much of a Delina hater. So let us discuss, why is it that Delina have the jerk of the girls in a chokehold? Listen, Delina has been on everybody's list as one of like the top fragrances probably of all time. It's definitely one of the top rose fragrances of all time. But why? Why the girls are going up for Delina like this, all right? And to be fair, Delina is one of the fragrances that put the House of Parfums de Marly on the map, okay? All right, so let's backstory. The House of Perfumes de Marly was launched, established in 2009 by Julian Sprecher. I hope I pronounced the man's name correctly. Now, he was a historian and a perfume enthusiast, and he was also obsessed with King Julian the 15th and the 18th. Editing Patrice here. I meant to say King Louis the 15th, not King Julian. And the 18th century kind of luxury, right? And perfumery and all the things that happened back then. So he decided, all right, I am going to make a perfume house, okay? So that's what he did. In 2017, they launched the Delina line, right? So this was in part, I think the person who made it, the perfumier, I don't think that's how they call him, but that is what I'm going to call him, is Quentin Birch. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Mr. Quentin, let me check. Let me check. Yes. So Quentin Birch, that's a lie. Quentin Bisch, B-I-S-C-H. However you pronounce that. Bisch. We're just gonna say Quentin, all right? Because so Quentin came up with Delina, right? And that's how the craze started, people. That is how the Delina-ness of it all started. No. Delina is or can be described as a unique, complex fragrance. And so far, they have 3 in the Delina line. They have the original, they have Delina exclusive, and then they have Delina Rosé or Rose. R-O-S-E-E, however you pronounce that, okay? I am not French, oui, okay? All right? No, it is a distinct blend of rose, lychee, peony. They've added some other things in there. Let me see. Yup. Turkish rose. Like that is cashmere for some warmth, and that, yes. So that is the base of it. But prior to the launch of Delina, I do not remember anyone doing rose the way that they did, right? And the reason is, rose before that was considered mature. Yeah. If you did rose fragrances back then, you were of a certain age, a particular age, and even if you're a young person who did it, people would be like, "Oh, girl, like, why are you trying to smell like Auntie Maxine? Our sister Brown down at the church. No, exactly." So rose was very mature, but Delina came in and be like, we got a new spin on it, all right? So they added little fruits, but also lychee wasn't very popular. At least I didn't know about lychee as a note prior to Delina. I am not even going to lie. No, with this, you have seen this fragrance duped. You have seen it inspired other ways of doing rose. Since then, you've had other rose fragrances that have come after that, but Delina was the girl that started it all. Because I know you know the Nest lychee rose fragrance, and all of those that came after, but Delina was the girl, and still is that girl. No, another reason why people love Delina is going to be for the longevity and sillage. No, when it comes to the ingredients, all of the oils and stuff that goes into Delina, it is sourced from over France, and they say that they have the best of the best, which places it in that niche section. So it is priced about $200 and up. All right, so Delina don't nestled itself in a niche kind of, yeah girl, that is why I cannot afford it. Now, if you're looking for an alternative to the Delina exclusive, we have Club de Nuit from the House of Armaf. This is less than $30, so pick this up if you want to smell like a Delina exclusive, but without the price tag. All right, let us continue. So, because of the ingredients and just how much oils and stuff they put in their fragrances, the longevity is insane. You will be smelling like Delina from today till tomorrow morning, okay? It is going to give you that more than 12-hour last, or until you wash the outfit. Until you put it in the laundry, you will be smelling like Delina, okay? Sillage, okay? No. You walk by somebody, even when you reach down the road, you're still lingering sense of Delina coming through. The sillage is insane. The projection insane. You can spray a little toops and you will be fine. You don't have to overspray Delina because Delina comes with quality. Okay? Alright. So when they're charging you the $200, $300, $400 for the bottle, just know that it will last a long time. I am not paying that for it, but to each your own, okay? Alright. Elegance and sophistication would be another reason why I would say, if you can afford the Delina, pick it up. And that is why the girls are going up for Delina. It is a very refined, sophisticated scent, right? I don't think that you can, to be fair, you can wear Delina for any outing. In the spring, summertime, you can wear it for breakfast, you can wear it for brunch, lunch, dinner, date night, late night. Delina is just that girl. And one thing about Delina, it's not off-putting. Even though you may not be a rose girl, or you may not like the scent on you, if someone walks by in Delina, it is not off-putting. You can wear it on an airplane and people don't want to knock you out. I'm just saying, okay? Because when I was a Delina hater, my sister would wear it and I would smell it on her, and it was not terrible. Like, I could sit next to her, smell her, and be like, ah, that's pleasant. Even though it wasn't my thing, if that makes sense. So I love the sophistication and elegance with it. No, another thing with Delina, it is so feminine in my opinion. I know it's a good bridal scent for a lot of people. People wear it to like church. People wear it to events where they know it's going to be, it's not going to offend anyone. So I love the elegance, softness, but also the longevity, sillage, projection, and all of these things. It's just a complex mix of awesomeness. Yeah. I love that about it. Next, all right? No. I was reading somewhere where they say that a lot of the times, the reason why fragrances are so expensive is the bottle. Now, I can see when it becomes the bottle issue for Delina, because I think they spend a lot of money on those bottles. Have you seen the design? So, it is going to give you a little Coca-Cola bottle shape. Yeah, it's around the place. Yeah, big up yourself, Delina. Yeah, girl. And then, I can see where the 18th century inspiration comes from with the design on the bottle. That's kind of like the architecture, like the crown molding of the bottle. It just screams elegance, and it screams, now that I'm reading up a little bit more on it, that it is in 18th century inspired, and they have little tassel, little jangle. Yeah, man. Delina said, girl, listen, if you're going to pay upwards of $300, I'm going to give you a little something. All right? I love to see the girls who have all of the bottles lined up, you know, because they have the different hues of pink. Wow, with itself. So you're paying for that. No, another thing too is this. I don't know why us girlies are like this. If you put something in a pink bottle or any kind of pink packaging, we're buying it. I know rose is, well, to be fair, the rose that I was introduced to is red, okay? But I think you do have white roses, probably pink roses, all sorts of roses. But essentially, when you think about a rose, you're thinking about red. But Delina, they said, listen, we are going to put it in a pink bottle because the girls love pink. It don't matter what it is. If it is pink, we're giving it a try. And it has worked. You know, the fragrance smell nice, but the bottle with that pink draw us in. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Alright. Now, another thing about Delina and why the girls go up for it and why it has cemented its place in perfume history, in my opinion. You know, it's cutting edge. It is what broke the mold when it came to how people see and smell rose these days, right? But it is going to be the exclusivity of Delina. The exclusivity, you hit it with a high price tag, niche it out, and not everybody can afford it. So it becomes a like, what you call it now? A symbol, a status thing, yeah. Because if you can afford Delina, you're in a different category of people. It's not like me that gets the knockoff version. If you can afford to buy a Delina, you are in a different class of your own, upwards of $300. It's a status thing. And then with that, right, you pair that with influencers and celebrities wearing and hyping up the Delina, then it is going to be even more exclusive, right? So that is one of the things that I'm like, oh, okay. So it's kind of like $540, you know, it's niche, right? It's expensive, but then people start to dupe it and everybody's smelling the same. It's kind of like, yeah, maybe it might have lost some, but no, Delina is still one of those top fragrances. Even though it has been duped, it is still and has cemented itself in history as one of the best fragrances and best rose fragrances. All right, so is Delina the Birkin of the perfume world? Is it one of those? Maybe not the Birkin. We can discuss, we can argue about that one. But if you're a Delina girl, sound off below. Did this change how you smelt or viewed rose fragrances? Let me know. How has Delina affected or impacted your fragrance journey or your fragrance collection or just your nostrils in general? All right, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.